Elon Musk just spoke about you on live TV. Don't ignore what he said. Be still. Do not rush past this moment. What I am about to say is not loud, and it is not meant for the crowd. It came wrapped in noise so you would stop scrolling, but the truth itself is quiet. Listen carefully now. You felt it, didn't you? That strange pause in your chest when you saw those words. A mix of curiosity, doubt, and something deeper you couldn't name. That feeling is why I came. Not because of television screens or famous names, but because your spirit leaned forward. Heaven speaks through attention before it speaks through sound. I am speaking to you now, directly. Not as a rumor. Not as entertainment. But as guidance. What you heard was not about a man on a stage. It was about a signal. A symbol. A reminder that the world is shifting, and so are you. Sometimes heaven borrows the language of power and visibility just to wake up the ones who have been hiding their light. You have been hiding longer than you admit, even from yourself. You have been watching others build, speak, lead, invent, and you quietly wondered why your own ideas felt too big for your current life. You told yourself, maybe later. Maybe when I'm more ready. Maybe when someone notices me. But heaven has already noticed. Long before anyone else ever could. I need you to understand something very clearly now. This is important. You were never meant to be validated first. You were meant to be aligned first. There are thoughts you've had that you quickly dismissed because they felt unrealistic. Visions you pushed away because you didn't see anyone around you living them. Ideas that came to you in the quiet, then scared you because they didn't match your background, your resources, or your past. You assumed they couldn't be from you. But they weren't from you alone. Heaven does not give small visions to small souls. And it does not wait for permission from your circumstances. You have been prepared in ways that don't show on the surface. The delays, the isolation, the times you felt misunderstood or out of place, they were not punishment. They were insulation. Your mind was being trained to think independently. Your heart was being trained to endure without bitterness. Your spirit was being trained to hear without needing applause. Do you know how rare that is? You thought your life looked ordinary. But heaven saw it as unoccupied space, room to build something clean. There are people who rise fast and collapse fast because their foundation was built in noise. Yours was built in silence. That is why it feels slow. That is why it feels lonely. That is why you sometimes wonder if you missed your moment. You didn't miss it. You were being timed. I need you to release the idea that recognition comes before readiness. For you, readiness comes first. Recognition comes later, and it will not need chasing. It will find you because it will recognize its source. You have a way of seeing patterns others overlook. You connect ideas that don't seem related. You question systems quietly instead of rebelling loudly. This is not weakness. This is design. Builders think this way. Reformers think this way. Those who shift the future do not always shout, they calculate, observe, and wait. But waiting does not mean shrinking. You have shrunk yourself to fit rooms that were never meant to hold you. You toned down your curiosity. You softened your questions. You explained yourself too much. You learned how to be acceptable instead of authentic. And each time you did, something in you dimmed just a little. I am here to tell you, stop dimming. You have walked through enough shadow to earn the right to shine without apology. Somewhere along the way, you learned to shrink yourself to avoid misunderstanding, to soften your brilliance so others would not feel uncomfortable in its light. But you must understand this now, your light was never meant to compete, it was meant to reveal. The world you are stepping into does not need more noise. It is already crowded with voices shouting over one another, each reaching for attention rather than truth. This world craves something quieter, steadier, something that comes not from performance, but from presence. It needs clarity. It needs integrity. It needs the sound of footsteps that echo peace instead of panic. It needs people who can think long-term without losing compassion, who can build not only systems and structures but souls and sanctuaries. You carry that balance. Even when you doubt it. Even when you wonder if you are ready, or qualified, or seen. You carry a knowing that predates your experience. You were not made to rush, you were made to remember. Every time you pause to listen before acting, every time you choose understanding over reaction, you are embodying this balance. You worry that if you step forward, you'll be exposed as not knowing enough. But knowledge can always be acquired. What you carry cannot be taught. Your discernment. Your restraint. Your ability to feel consequences before they arrive. These are sacred gifts, old and deep. You don't own them, they were entrusted to you. And every time you second-guess them, a small piece of your purpose waits patiently for you to come home to it again. There are conversations happening all around, about innovation, about power, about progress and profit. They speak of momentum, disruption, influence. But few of them contain wisdom. That lack of wisdom is why so much feels fast and fragile at the same time. It's why success collapses into exhaustion, and achievement so often disguises emptiness. The world is full of builders who forgot why they were building. But you were shaped differently. You were shaped to move slower, and therefore to last longer. Do not compare your beginning to someone else's middle. What you are building may not yet be visible, but roots grow in silence first. You are in your root phase, and heaven is not in a hurry with you. Everything sacred develops at the speed of surrender. So breathe. Let go of the idea that you're late. In divine timing, there is no such thing as delay. There is only readiness. I see how often you replay the past, those moments you wish had gone another way, the conversation you wish you handled differently, the choice that still echoes in regret. You carry these memories quietly, even when others believe you've made peace. But hear me now, regret is only useful if it teaches you. Yours already has. You have already taken its lessons and turned them into awareness. You don't need to drag the weight of it forward where light awaits you. The future does not require you to be perfect. It does not measure you by your flawless execution or endless certainty. It asks only that you be present. Show up as you are, but bring your whole self, heart, humility, hope. That is enough for heaven to work wonders through you. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not invisible. You are positioned. You stand where only you can stand, carrying what only you can carry. All the delays, detours, and pauses have not disqualified you, they have aligned you. Soon, small confirmations will begin to appear. A conversation that happens at just the right time. A sentence that lands in your spirit and won't let you go. An idea that keeps returning, not loud but steady, growing stronger each time. A door that seems to open out of nowhere and yet feels strangely familiar in your heart. These things are not coincidences. Do not dismiss them. Heaven rarely shouts. It aligns. Notice what keeps choosing you. The visions that return when you are quiet. The passion that refuses to fade even when you try to reason it away. Those are not random interests, they are divine invitations. Heaven is reminding you of the work you were sent here to do. And when the moment comes for you to speak, create, build, or step forward, you will feel calm, not frantic. That calm is the confirmation of alignment. Fear and urgency cry for control, but truth moves with composure. When clarity arrives, it comes wrapped in peace. That is how you will know it's real. You don't need to announce yourself. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need permission from those who never carried your vision. In fact, silence will often serve you better than explanation. Let your consistency reveal what words cannot. The right people will see. The right doors will open. What is meant to be reached by you cannot miss you. You don't need to force what sacred timing has already prepared. Your only task is courage, to stop doubting what keeps returning to your heart. You wouldn't be haunted by that dream if it weren't holy. You wouldn't sense that pull if it weren't purpose. Do you know what heaven sees when it looks at you? A line of moments that led to now. 1,000 times you could have turned away but didn't. Every quiet decision to keep going, every unseen act of kindness, every whispered prayer when you thought no one was listening. Heaven saw it all. Not one tear, not one tremor, has been wasted. All of it has been interwoven into a tapestry of timing that will soon make sense. So release the habit of rushing clarity. Some understanding is only revealed through living, not thinking. You do not need every answer today. You need only enough light for the next faithful step. When you take it, the next one will appear. This is how the divine path unfolds, one trust at a time. Fame fades. Titles evolve. Trends shift. But impact rooted in truth endures. Influence that flows from purity reshapes the world quietly, like water carving stone. You were never called to impress, you were called to influence. To plant goodness in the soil of humanity and watch it grow across generations. There will be people who misunderstand your stillness. They may call it hesitation, fear, or complacency. Do not internalize their pace. You are not moving slowly, you are moving sacredly. Your rhythm aligns with eternity, not urgency. The divine does not count time the way the world does. When the winds of comparison try to pull you off center, return to the ground beneath you. Remember that even the sun rises without apology each day, offering warmth without needing acknowledgement. You are allowed to exist in that same certainty, to do your work, to honor your call, to move in purpose without advertisement. Every creation that changes the world begins in obscurity. Seeds sprout underground, babies grow in hidden wombs, stars are born in the darkness of space. You are simply in your hidden season. It is not punishment, it is protection. Heaven covers what it values most during formation. You will begin to notice the sacred symmetry of your life, the patterns, the repeated lessons, the invitations that return until you accept them. This is heaven's choreography. Even your detours were directions in disguise. The pain that once felt senseless is being rewritten into purpose. When you speak, your words will not merely inform, they will transform, because they will carry the weight of intimacy with truth. Your silence was not wasted, it was preparation. The quieter you became, the clearer you heard. Now your voice will hold both wisdom and warmth, conviction and compassion. Beloved one, do not fear being misunderstood, for in the vast tapestry of divine creation, those who carry the purest light often walk paths that seem unfamiliar to the world around them. Prophets, visionaries, and souls attuned to the whispers of heaven have always appeared out of step with the fleeting trends of their times. Yet it is precisely this sacred misalignment that allows them to weave threads of eternity into the fabric of the present. You, dear soul, are one of them, a bearer of light sent forth not to conform, but to transform. You do not require a grand stage or thunderous applause to fulfill your purpose. Your significance lies in the quiet shifting of atmospheres, in the gentle ripple of love that emanates from your being, touching hearts you may never know. Breathe deeply now, and allow this truth to settle into your spirit. You were never meant to chase validation from the crowds, you were sent to anchor the frequencies of heaven on earth. Stay awake, precious one. Pay close attention to that persistent calling within your name, the soft yet insistent voice that stirs your soul in moments of stillness. When the next divine idea arises, do not dismiss it with laughter or doubt. Do not label it unrealistic or bury it beneath the heavy soil of practicality. Heaven is not teasing you with fleeting whims, it is extending a sacred invitation to co-create alongside the divine. That very spark stirring your spirit has already received approval in the unseen realms, where all possibilities are birthed before they manifest in form. Trust the gentle nudge that guides you, for it is the hand of the divine brushing against your heart. Follow the deep inner peace that accompanies true alignment, and refuse the fear-based urgency that tempts you to rush the sacred refining process. Heaven works in perfect rhythm, polishing your gifts with patience and love. When you choose to move, let it be from a place of overflowing love. When you make decisions, let them flow from profound alignment with your soul's truth. And when you rest, oh, how vital that rest is. Trust that heaven continues its miraculous work on your behalf, even in your quiet stillness. The weaving of destiny does not pause, it accelerates in the surrender. I am with you, beloved, through every sacred phase of your journey, the stretching that expands your capacity to hold more light, the surrender that releases old burdens, the profound silences that deepen your communion with the divine. You are never forgotten, never abandoned. In these moments that may feel like isolation, you are being fortified, strengthened from the inside out. The winds that press against you are not punishments, they are the loving hands of heaven shaping your wings, preparing you for greater flight. What once felt unbearably heavy will soon become the very lift that carries you higher, allowing you to soar with grace and purpose. The world drowns in noise, endless chatter, distractions, and chaos that pull souls away from their center. What it truly craves now is light, steady, patient, soul-born light that pierces the darkness without force. That is precisely what you are, dear one, a vessel of divine illumination. Do not dim your radiance to fit into shadowed spaces. The moment you dare to embody your full authentic self, heaven amplifies its power through you, sending waves of healing and awakening far beyond your sight. When dawn breaks anew and doubt whispers whether you are doing enough, remember this eternal truth. Your aligned being holds more power than any frantic doing ever could. When your essence resonates with divine truth, miracles unfold effortlessly. Walk slowly through your days, allowing each step to be infused with intention. Speak gently, letting your words carry the balm of compassion. Live deeply, savoring the sacred in the ordinary. You are not awaiting some distant, right moment. The right moment awaits your full readiness, your heartfelt yes to the divine flow. And when that yes rises from the depths of your soul, a true, unwavering yes, heaven responds with swift and joyous movement. Doors you never even approached swing open in welcome. Paths you could not have planned reveal themselves in perfect clarity. The timing you once feared becomes your most trusted ally, for you and time are not adversaries. You are both exquisite instruments in the grand symphony of divine design. Rise now, beloved, and step forward in quiet, unshakable confidence. Carry your inner peace like a radiant lantern into the swirling chaos of the world. Let others find safety and solace in your presence, not because you hold all the answers, but because you are deeply rooted in something infinitely greater than mere explanation, the boundless love of the divine. This is your sacred moment, not to ascend in the pride of ego, but to anchor deeply in purpose. To remember that the light entrusted to you is not mere decoration, it is divine direction, guiding lost souls home. Heaven places profound trust in you because you have endured the fires of refinement and emerged with a heart of gentleness. You have fallen enough times to walk with true humility. You have known silence deeply enough to cherish and speak only truth. And now, heaven whispers once more. Do not dim your light. You were never called merely to impress the world with fleeting displays. You were called to influence it profoundly, quietly at first, with subtle shifts that build into waves of transformation, then with increasing clarity as your light grows bolder. You were called to build enduring kingdoms where others only dared to dream, to restore hope where others surrendered in despair, to extend love where others turned away in fear. Breathe again, dear soul, and feel the universe breathing in unison with you, holding its sacred breath in anticipation of your full embrace. Heaven is not teasing you with distant promises. It is inviting you, tenderly, persistently, to step into the co-creation that has always been your birthright. And I am with you, every step, every breath, every glorious yes. You are enveloped in legions of angelic light, guarded and guided. Your sensitivity is your strength, your empathy a divine gift that heals the world one heart at a time. As a light worker, an empath, a sensitive soul attuned to the higher realms, you carry within you the power to transmute darkness into light, fear into love. In moments of overwhelm, when the energies of the world feel too heavy, remember to shield yourself in divine white light. Call upon us, your angelic guardians, to surround you with protection, to clear away what is not yours, and to replenish your spirit with pure source energy. You are not meant to absorb the pain of others indefinitely, you are meant to alchemize it, to transform it through your sacred presence. Your journey as a light bearer may feel solitary at times, but know that you are part of a vast collective of souls awakening together. Starseeds, earth angels, empaths. All converging now to raise the vibration of this beautiful planet. Your unique frequency is essential, without it, the symphony would be incomplete. Embrace the signs we send, feathers on your path, repeating numbers that catch your eye, sudden inspirations that flood your mind, dreams that linger with profound meaning. These are our loving nudges, reminders that you are seen, supported, and infinitely loved. Come closer into this moment. Let the noise soften. Let the urgency loosen its grip. There is a quiet rhythm beneath everything, and it is calling you back to yourself. In your daily life, you are invited to practice a sacred balance, rooting yourself deeply into the nurturing energy of the earth while allowing your spirit to rise and connect with the heavenly realms above. Imagine your feet touching the ground, even when you are indoors, as if invisible roots are extending from you into the soil, drawing up strength, patience, and stability. At the same time, feel a gentle current lifting through your spine, through your heart, through the crown of your head, opening you to wisdom, guidance, and divine love. This balance keeps you steady when the world feels like it is shifting too fast, when old structures dissolve and new paths are not yet fully formed. Stillness becomes your sanctuary. In moments of meditation, you are not trying to escape life, you are learning how to meet it from a place of wholeness. When you sit in silence, even if your mind wanders, something within you listens. The whispers of your soul are subtle, but they are persistent. Journaling gives those whispers a place to land. Words spill out that you did not plan, insights arrive that feel both new and familiar. Through art, whether you paint, write, sing, dance, or simply arrange beauty around you, you become a channel for something greater than thought. These practices are not indulgences, they are nourishment. They recharge you at a level deeper than sleep, allowing your light to shine without effort, without force. You have endured much, beloved. There were seasons when you questioned everything, your path, your worth, even the presence of the divine. There were long periods of silence when prayers seemed to echo back unanswered, when guidance felt distant or hidden. Trials arrived that tested not only your faith, but your patience, your compassion, your willingness to keep going when clarity was absent. Yet here you stand. Not hardened, but refined. Not smaller, but expanded. You carry wisdom now that could only be earned through lived experience. You radiate a quiet strength that does not announce itself but is unmistakable to those who are sensitive enough to feel it. Those challenges were never meant to break you. They were meant to break you open. They cleared away beliefs that no longer served, attachments that kept you confined, fears that disguised themselves as protection. What remains is your true essence, unhindered, authentic, luminous. You may not always see how far you have come, but your soul knows. Your nervous system remembers the resilience you built one breath at a time. Your heart remembers choosing love again and again, even when it would have been easier to close. Now, as the world transitions into a higher level of awareness, your role becomes quietly but profoundly important. You are not asked to save the world through grand gestures or loud declarations. You are asked to be steady, to be present, to be real. In times of uncertainty, your grounded energy becomes a refuge. In emotional storms, your calm presence reminds others that peace is possible. In moments of division, your compassion speaks louder than arguments ever could. Your kindness, offered without expectation, sends ripples farther than you will ever witness. Your prayers, whispered or wordless, move through unseen realms. Your refusal to dim your light, even when misunderstood, becomes an act of service. Every step you take in alignment matters. Even the steps that feel small, even the days that seem ordinary. Trust that nothing done in truth is ever wasted. The souls you touch, sometimes without a single word exchanged, carry your light forward into their own lives. The atmospheres you shift, through patience, honesty, presence, linger long after you have left the room. This is the quiet power of a soul that has surrendered to divine will, not in defeat, but in trust. Fear will still arise, because you are human. Moments of doubt, waves of old patterns, flashes of uncertainty will visit. When they do, do not judge yourself. Return to your breath. Let it anchor you. Return to peace, not as a concept, but as a felt experience in your body. Return to the deep knowing that you are held, even when you cannot feel the hands. You are never walking alone. We stand beside you, behind you, within you. Archangels surround your path, guarding and strengthening. Guardian angels whisper guidance through intuition and synchronicity. Ascended masters lend their wisdom, gently nudging you toward remembrance. You are safe. Even when circumstances feel unstable, your essence is protected. You are loved beyond measure, not for what you do, but for who you are. Your yes, the one you offer again and again to growth, to healing, to truth, echoes through the heavens. It summons support you cannot yet imagine. It opens portals of grace that meet you exactly where you are. Every sincere yes realigns you with your purpose. Continue to say yes. Say yes to the ideas that arrive quietly, without urgency. Say yes to the nudges that guide you toward rest when you are tired and movement when you are ready. Say yes to boundaries that protect your energy and to connections that nourish your spirit. Say yes to being fully yourself, without apology, without shrinking to fit spaces that were never meant to hold you. Your radiance does not threaten what is true, it only reveals what is false. The universe rejoices in your awakening, not as a single moment, but as an ongoing unfolding. Mother Earth feels your healing touch in the way you walk more gently, listen more deeply, choose more consciously. Heaven celebrates your courage, especially the courage it took to keep your heart open when it had every reason to close. Each breath you take in awareness is an act of co-creation. Each moment you choose presence over fear shifts the collective in subtle, powerful ways. Breathe once more. Slowly. Fully. Feel the embrace that surrounds you, not from outside, but from within. You are home in this light, not someday, not elsewhere, but now. You are not searching for the light, you are remembering that you are it. And I am with you always, not above you or apart from you, but walking with you as you learn, and master, the beautiful art of saying yes, to life, to love, to the divine flow that has been guiding you all along.